So this post has gone viral. There's a survey that asked women, where would you not want to go on a first date? It's not good enough for you.
Not good enough. All right, so we put the top 5 on the screen here for you. They're all restaurants.
There was a disturbing and disappointing list of restaurants where many women say that basically that they're too good to go to on the first date. This is absurd.
Number 1 is Cheesecake Factory,
I
Lena.
love Cheesecake Factory.
What is wrong with the Cheesecake
It's a factory of cheesecakes. Why wouldn't I want to be a part of it?
And they have the brown bread and the really good butter. I love Cheesecake Factory. Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden round out the top 5.
This list just shows how arrogant some of these young ladies are. This list shows how ungrateful and how inconsiderate many of these young ladies are. Like literally, number 1, what's wrong with the Cheesecake Factory? Many of your unrealistic expectations are keeping you all single. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Travis, and welcome to the IPH Theory. Also, I am one half of the Cultural Discussions. Please like, follow, and subscribe to both entertainment channels on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, there was a disturbing and disappointing list of restaurants where many women say that basically that they're too good to go to on the first date. This is absurd. And I have a small news clip for you guys. It's about 1 minute and 24 seconds. After that, I'll be back with you for my own commentary. Let us begin. Here we go.
I'm calling this story like bougie broads.
That's the phrase of the morning.
Bougie broads who are saying that first date is not good enough for me. So this post has gone viral. There's a survey that asked women, where would you not want to go on a first date? It's not good enough for you.
Not good enough. All right, so we put the top 5 on the screen here for you. They're all restaurants. Number 1 is Cheesecake Factory,
I
Lena.
love Cheesecake Factory.
What is wrong with the Cheesecake
It's a factory of cheesecakes. Why wouldn't I want to be a part of it?
And they have the brown bread and the really good butter. I love Cheesecake Factory. Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden round out the top 5. I mean, when did we become too good for all of these places?
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all. The only ones on the list, I will say, that are bad first dates are family functions.
Yeah, no.
Not on a first date. Somewhere that requires a long drive. That to me,
I don't want to be stuck in a car with you for 4 hours.
No.
Yeah, and then I can't get out of it.
But some of the other surprising ones that women say are bad first dates: coffee and ice cream.
We love.
That would be perfect for
because
me.
you can escape a coffee date.
Yes.
Right? Just coffee, I gotta go, it's not working out, bye, see you later, I have to do laundry.
Right.
And then ice cream, I would be so charmed by someone saying like, let's have an ice cream cone.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Let's go to the soda fountain. So wholesome.
Walk down the street.
Yeah.
Then, a little.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You all heard exactly what I heard. And like I said, the list is absurd. And I want to give a special shout out to Fox 26 Houston, because those two news anchors, they seem like very beautiful, level-headed, elegant women who are not bougie. And, you know, whatever young ladies made this list, I bet you they don't come from wealth. They're not rich. Some of them think that they're rich because they have good jobs, but you know, many people are being fired as we speak. So don't throw your job and how much you make in anybody's face, because you can have that job vanish and be disappeared tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, literally, there are maybe 1 or 2 things or places on this list that I agree with. Like, you know, going to a man's house on a first date. Yeah, nobody wants to do that. We're trying to get to know each other, unless that is the plan, or say we already know each other, but we're starting to date. Maybe we can go to somebody's house. Maybe somebody can cook. But I'm looking at this from a genuine, hey, we just met. Hi, I'm Travis. Hey, I'm who I am. Let's go to a restaurant. So, of course, we're not going to anybody's house on the first date. I don't see nothing wrong with a gym date. I want to see, are you athletic? I want to see you without makeup. Let me see you sweat. But for the most part, number one is the Cheesecake Factory. Number two is Applebee's. Number three is Chili's. Number four is Chipotle. And number five is Olive Garden. And they have the movies on there: Buffalo Wild Wings, Red Lobsters. Number 12, they have a buffet. This this list just shows how arrogant some of these young ladies are. This list shows how ungrateful and how inconsiderate many of these young ladies are. Like, literally, number one, what's wrong with the Cheesecake Factory? I've literally never been to the Cheesecake Factory, but I hear that it's a pretty good restaurant. I don't have a problem with a Cheesecake Factory. Like, literally, if if the ladies actually paid for dates, they would look at this list like, oh my God, this is absurd. And many women do agree with us men who think that this list is absurd. Like, there's nothing wrong with Cheesecake Factory. There's nothing wrong with Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden. There's nothing wrong with IHOP or Denny's. There's nothing wrong with a Starbucks. There's nothing wrong with a coffee date. Or there's nothing wrong with walking in a park for the first date. You have to remember, we are trying to get to know each other. Where do you want to go on the first date? Where do some of you idiots want to go on the first date? Do you want to go on a cruise? How you want to go to Turks and Caicos? That is not for you. Do you know that many of us men can take our mothers to many of these places and our mothers will not complain? So why the hell would you complain? And this is probably your third date this week. Some of you all don't even deserve to go on a damn date because of your bad character and your bad disposition. And I don't want nobody to come on here telling me I'm attacking women. I'm not attacking women. I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about the inconsiderate ones, because there are many beautiful women that don't have an issue with Cheesecake Factory and Applebee's. Literally, if a young lady goes, hey, Travis, I'm going to pay for our first date. First of all, you already have my heart. You're going to pay for the first date? Oh my God. Well, sweetheart, if you pay for this first date, guess what? Right after we leave that restaurant, I'm going to take us somewhere else because you just saved me money. And I must spend it on a beautiful soul like yourself. But let's get back on topic. If a woman wanted to take me to Chipotle, you think that I'm not going to go? I'm not too good for Chipotle. I recently had Chipotle maybe 3 times within the last month and a half. And it's just because it's right across the street. And there are times where you don't feel like cooking, or you didn't thaw anything out. But if a young lady said, hey, Travis, I want to take you bowling, that's fun to me. I'll go bowling. Let me see how strong you are, because those bowling balls are heavy. And now she has to heave or throw or roll the bowling ball at least 25, about 20 yards. Is a bowling lane 20 yards? Possibly. It could be about 20 yards. 20 yards is a long way. Let me see how athletic she is. But this list is absurd. This shows how ungrateful you guys are. This shows how many of your unrealistic expectations are keeping you all single. There is nothing wrong with Olive Garden on the first date. There's nothing wrong with a movie on the first date. That's not all that we have to do that day. What if we went to a movie at 6:00 and after that we went to the Cheesecake Factory, and after that we went bowling after that? That is a fun day to me. But it's not fun to a person that's filled with foolish behavior and unrealistic standards and expectations. Many of you all need to change your ways. Now, I agree. I'm not really into hookahs. I'm not taking you to a hookah bar. I don't mind going to a bar for a drink. I don't mind grabbing some ice cream. Like, I want to get to know you. Why do we even need so many distractions? So, how much money should a man spend on the first date? Where the hell do you want to go on the first date? And honestly, who are you? Like, who are you to have all of these idiotic expectations? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this list is awful. It's disrespectful. It's disappointing. It's disturbing. It's abysmal. And literally, whoever put this list together is probably a psychopathic maniac. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Travis. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your patience. Have a wonderful night.